not this errand.
All right.
Stephen, who didn't have a driver's license, began his escape. Arthur's henchman seized the opportunity to get into the car through the back door. Stephen quickly retaliated with a cake, but the effect was quite limited. Meanwhile, the people in the nearby car had already aimed their guns at him. At a critical moment, Stephen rolled his eyes again. When he regained consciousness, he found that his opponent's gun was now in his hand, and the man who had been eating the cake got out of the car without saying a word. At that moment, a large truck loaded with trees suddenly appeared ahead. Stephen narrowly managed to pass by it, but the car behind him still caused the truck to overturn. At this point, Stephen realized that his car was too slow. Even at full throttle, he couldn't escape from his pursuers. Faced with this situation, he started rolling his eyes again. When he woke up this time, he found himself driving in reverse on the edge of a cliff. However, the car suddenly stalled and he was forced to stop. Stephen chose to surrender along with the windshield wipers. But when the truck overturned, the logs on it slid down the hill and happened to hit two unlucky guys. The tragic scene also frightened Stephen. Then he suddenly woke up in bed. He checked the chain and found that it was still securely fastened. He thought it was just a thrilling dream. During the meal, Stephen was surprised to find that the goldfish he raised had an extra fin compared to yesterday. He hurriedly found the fish seller to argue, but the seller said it was like this when he bought it yesterday. What puzzled Stephen was that he had bought this fish a long time ago. At this time, the wall clock showed that it was already after 5 p.m. Stephen realized that the date was about to start. His long-admired colleague had suddenly invited him to dinner yesterday. Stephen pretended to be calm on the surface, but in fact, he was very excited inside. He quickly changed his clothes and went to the best steakhouse in the city. Due to the long waiting time, he decided to ask where the other party was. However, as soon as he called, he was scolded by the woman. It turned out that their date was on Friday night, but today was Sunday. He was 2 days late. But where did the memory of these 2 days go? Disappointed, Stephen ate chocolate alone at home. Just as he was about to share a piece with the goldfish, the chocolate accidentally fell on the ground, which led him to discover a hidden secret in his home. He noticed some friction marks on the ground caused by the corner of the table, so he moved the table aside. Behind the wooden board, there was a key and a mobile phone. The phone had many missed calls. He was just about to call back when the other party called him. This startled Stephen, but he still chose to answer the call.